Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Siti Hamidah from class 4B. In this video, I will explain a little about the best way in teaching in high school. And I just learning with the cooperative language learning method. And this is my explanation. Introduction. There are so many learning models that can be applied to the classroom learning system, on which is cooperative language learning. In my opinion, the best way to teach English for senior high school students in cooperative language learning, which is the learning model refers to student group work. Students are led to take responsibility for their assessment and work in group. The goal is to, like the text, give the student share information with their group. Definitions. Cooperative language learning, or we call CLL. CLL is part of more general instructions approach, also known as collaborative learning. Cooperative learning is an approach to teach that makes maximum use of cooperative activities involving peers and small group of learning in the classroom. According also in Kagan in 1992, according to them, cooperative learning is a group learning activity organized so that learning is dependent on the socially structured exchange of information between learning in group, and in which is learner is held accountable for his or her own learning and is motivated to increase the learner of others. From Jane Piaget in 1965 and Lev Vygotsky in 1962. There I say, cooperative learning advocates draw heavily on the theoretical work and development psychologists. But of the Wall Street, the central lure of social interactions in learning. CLL that learn develop communicative competence in a language by conversing in socially or pedagogically structured situations. CLL also proposes certain interactive structure that are considered optimal for learning the appropriate rules and practice in converting a new language. According to Johnson in 1994, cooperative is working together, accomplish shared goals. Within cooperative situation, individual seeks outcomes beneficial to themselves and all other group members. Cooperative language is the instruction use of small group through which students work together in maximize their own and each other learning. It may be contrast with competitive learning in which students work against each other to achieve an academic goals such as a grade of A. Reason. I choose cooperative language learning because this method is approach designed to foster cooperative written competitions, to develop critical thinking skill, and to develop communicative competitions through socially structured interaction activities, and this can be regarded as the overall objective of CLL. Teaching procedure. Procedure in cooperative language learning works in the following ways. 9 point. Number 1, the teacher assigns students to pair with the last one good reader in each pair. Number 2, Student A describe what her or she is planning to write to student B, who listen carefully, provides with a set of questions and outline student A ideas. Student B given the right outline to student A. Number 3, the procedure is referenced with student B describe what he or she is going to write, and student A listen and completing an outline of student B ideas, which is the gift to student B. The section like feedback. Number 4, the student individual research the material they need for their compositions, keeping an eye for material useful to their partner. Number 5, the student work together to write the first paragraph of each compositions to ensure that they both have a clear start on the compositions. Number 6, the student write their composition individually. Number 7, when the student have completed their compositions, they provide each other compositions, making correction in capitalizations, punctuation, spelling, language use, and other aspects of writing. The teacher specifies student also give each other suggestion for revisions. Number 8, the student revises their compositions. Number 9, the student they reread each other composition and cite the names to indicate that each composition is error-free. And during in the process, the teacher monitored the pair, interfering when appropriate to help students master neat writing and cooperative skill. Role of the teaching. The role of the teacher in CLL differs considerable from the role of teacher in traditional teacher from lesson. According to Johnson in 1994, the teacher has to create a highly structured and well-organized learning environment in the classroom, setting goals, planning, and structured tasks, establish the physical arrangement of the classroom, assign students to group and roles, and selecting material and times. An important rules for the teacher is that of facilitator of learning. In his or her role as facilitator, the teacher must move around the class helping students and group as need arise. During this time, the teacher teaches, purchasing questions, clarifies, support, expand, celebrate, and empathize. Depend on which problem evolve, the following supporting behaviors are underlines. According from Hazel, 1994, facilitators are giving feedback, directing the group in the questions, encouraging the group to solve in own problems, and extend activity, encouraging thinking, managing conflict, observing students, and supply research. The teacher speaks less in the teacher from class. From Heron in 1992 says, they provide broad questions to challenge thinking. They prepare students for the tasks they will carry out. They assess students with the learning tasks, and they give few comments. Imposing less disciplinary control. And the teacher may also have the task of instructing, listen to that student can work on the cooperatively. Role of the student. The primary roles of the student is a member of a group who must work collaboratively to task with other group members. Learning to learn teamwork skill, Students are also director of their own learning. They are taught to plan, monitor, and evaluate their own learning. We just view a completion of level longs in our learning skills. Thus, learning is something that requires student during and activities involvement and participations. We're grouping in the most typical CLL format, ensuring the maximum amounts of time both learners spend and chance on learning tasks. Paradox is which learner alternate roles involve partner in the roles of tutor, checkers, decoder, and information sharers. That's all my explanations about comparative language learning. Thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time.